Hey, what's up guys? Coming back to you again today with a great piece about how to down regulate your big quadriceps systems. Feeding off the videos from last week of working through the ankles and the foot, and then working through the anterior shin, and then taking care of maybe any kneecap issues that you may have, or sliding surfaces around the knee. Today the idea is when's the last time you took a minute or two to down regulate your muscles, or especially your big quadriceps systems. You probably haven't taken much time to do this. Most times you finish up a workout and then bam, it's on to the next thing, and you've never given your muscles the time to down regulate and settle back down to homeostasis, which then when you do that frequently and often, all of a sudden bad patterns start to compensate, and then you take those with you into every day, and then weeks, and then months, and then eventually you end up with some sort of injury or some sort of chronic stiffness or issue that you've been dealing with for a long time. So what I want to show you today is just two simple pieces. One, we're going to address muscle stiffness and muscle dynamics. And then two, we're gonna make a brain-body connection in a stretch of how do I connect my brain to my body, of squeezing, creating tension, which can then help open up the system and lengthen the system so that you can walk out of the gym feeling down-regulated, feeling good, back to normal. And then this allows you to have better training days the following. So two things. Number one, you're gonna need something to sit up against, preferably a wall. I got two boxes stacked up here to sit my back against. And then part number two is you're gonna need a big kettlebell. Something 50 pounds or above will be great. So I'm using a 72-pound kettlebell. And what we're gonna do is just lay the end of this right in the meat of the quads, okay? So it's right in the big part. And what we'll do is just put a simple breathing pattern, contracting pattern to this. So it'll be a 4-4-8. So you're gonna take a 4-second inhale, and then you're gonna contract your quads for 4 seconds. And then you're gonna exhale and release at the same time for 8 seconds. And as you're releasing, you're trying to let this go. You're gonna feel yourself carrying some residual tension because your body doesn't wanna shut its guard off, but that's your job to keep exhaling, relaxing, so that you feel like this gets to the bottom. Once you run out of that 8 seconds, you go right back to it. Take a breath in, build up a contraction in the leg, hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale and release. And even as you're releasing, you create these little oscillations or little movements within here to get it to release. And then you can hit this pattern as many times as you need to. I'd say if you're just on a short measure, rack up 10 of these, that'd be really great. And so I'll give you another one here. Take a nice big breath in. Go ahead and build up a contraction. Think about trying to lift the kettlebell up with your quads, and then exhale and release. And just try to get to the bottom of that breath. So you feel like this is loosening up a little bit, okay? So that's only 3. I'd like you to do 10 of these when you do have the option. The second piece then is to then put this on stretch and make a brain-body connection. So I take the same wall that I'm against, I put my knee all the way back into the corner, I get my other foot out in front. I'm gonna start down here in position number 2. And the big thing is here is the glute squeeze, okay? So I gotta make sure I can squeeze my butt, and then I'm gonna press those tissues to end range now. And so what I'm trying to do is tell my brain now that I've loosened this up with the breathing and contracting prior, and now I'm trying to tell my body, hey, own this range of motion now, be able to squeeze and press to those open lengths now with a squeeze through the glutes. And that's letting the body know that, hey, that is open for business. I should be able to press to those areas while carrying a glute squeeze. And then the last test is to see if you can take yourself up vertical. Squeeze the glute, bring yourself up, keep the ankle directly behind the glute. Make sure you're still squeezing at all times. And then most importantly, breathe, enjoy, open up. And be able to own this shape, squeezing and breathing at the same time, making that brain-body connection. And then when you come out of that, you should feel like there's some very good length in this position. I can feel it already. I got way more room in that side. And it's a great piece to down regulate, get your muscles back to being not so stiff, not so tight, not so tense, relax, so that you can walk out of the gym feeling good. And then more importantly, the next day when you go to train or exercise, you're ready to go and you're not dealing with the problems of yesterday.